everybody again at home. We're here with another episode of Stay Safe, Stay Active, Stay at Home. Today we're doing something really exciting. We have previously done some exercise work, and the last session that we had, we did a little bit of brain training with physical training. But today we're going to focus a little bit more on straight up brain training. So why would we do that? So cognition is something that's really important. Just like we need to keep our body physically active, we need to keep our brains physically active. So today, we've got a really fun session for you of lots of different things. And the first thing is that we want you to switch your brains on and remember all of our names. So we've got a guest that we'll introduce last. My name's Katie. I'm one of the occupational therapists.
My name's Kelsey. I'm one of the OT students.
And my name's Mark, and I'm about to disappear, so you have to remember my name. I won't be back until the end.
Thanks, Mark. Alrighty, everybody. So we're going to jump straight into our cognitive training. Listen as much as you can to all of the exercises. If you need to pause the video, and we will cue you when you need to pause it so that you've got an opportunity to complete the activities. Do so. Have a lot of fun. Good luck.
Okay, to start off with, I'm going to show you 3 cards that I'd like you to remember for the end of the video. The first card is an airplane. The second card is a pair of sunglasses. And the third card is a temperature meter. So I'll show you those 3 again. We've got the plane, the sunglasses, and the temperature meter. Now you might have a little bit of difficulty remembering those 3, so I've come up with a bit of a story to help you. So you recently went on a flight somewhere that was very, very hot and sunny, so you had to put on your sunglasses. So remember, we need to try and remember those ones for the end of the video, and I'll give you the hint and the story again.
And they'll probably also be your exact same plans for the end of COVID lockdown. Okay, so our next activity that we're going to do is an article recall. So one of our last students found a very good article, very interesting. I'm going to read you the article, and after we finish, I'll ask you 5 questions. So listen very carefully. Okay, the title is, "This dog can fit 6 tennis balls into his mouth, more than Guinness World Record holder. Finley, a 6-year-old golden retriever, has an affinity for tennis balls and a special talent when it comes to carrying them around. With no help from his human friends, Finley can carry up to 6 tennis balls in his mouth at one time. The current Guinness Book World Record is 5, but more on that later. It's a stellar, sometimes anxiety-inducing thing to watch. Someone will toss him his 6 balls, and once he knows he's got 6 nearby, he'll start to pick them up. First 3 or 4 are quick, and then those he picks up with ease. But for the 5th and the 6th balls, he uses his own paws to keep them in place when he pops them in his mouth. By the time he's got all 6 in his mouth, his cheeks are stretched wide. Some of the balls, he's only got a single tooth on them to keep them from rolling out. His tail wags furiously when he knows he's gotten all of them. Finley lives in New York. Finley has always lived up to the classic characteristics of his breed. He lives to play fetch, loves rolling in the grass, and has that quintessential goofy demeanour. When Cherry Molly takes him out to swim at Canigoo Lake, she's always sure to bring a tennis ball so that they can play fetch in the water. But if Finley happens to see a kayaker on the water, he'll swim out to them with his ball and drop it on the water beside their kayak. He's also been known to sneak away to the neighbour's house and steal balls out of their garage. It doesn't matter what kind, really. The neighbours report an assortment of missing tennis balls, lacrosse balls and softballs. And when no one else is around to play with him, he'll lay in the yard on his back and hold a tennis ball up in the air between his 2 paws before dropping it out from his mouth to catch it. But it wasn't until Finley was about 2 years old that the family first noticed his talent. I looked over and he's trotting over to me with 4 tennis balls in his mouth, Erin Molly recalled. Soon he was carrying 5 at once. He graduated to 6. In the process of sharing Finley's ability with the world record with the world, Erin Molly did some research and realised Finley had the current Guinness World Record holder beat. In 2003, a golden retriever from Texas had previously set the record with only 5 tennis balls. Okay, I hope you listened carefully to all of that article there. Now, let's see with the questions. First question, what type of dog was Finley? Second, how old was Finley? Third, what does he use to help himself pick up the 5th and 6th ball? Fourth, where does Finley live? Fifth, when they take him to the lake, what does he do when he sees a kayaker? Sixth, where does Finley steal balls from? And finally, what was the previous world record for the number of balls a dog could carry in their mouth? Good luck, everybody. Hopefully you listened well enough to get all of those questions answered. If you didn't, you can rewind this video and listen to the story again and attempt the questions again. Okay.
So for our next activity, you're going to need a piece of paper and a pen. I'm going to give you 4 instructions on something I would like you to draw, but you can't start drawing until I finish the 4th instruction. Number 1, draw a triangle and a circle. Number 2, the triangle should be on the left side of the circle. Number 3, the triangle should be twice the size of the circle. And number 4, shade in the circle. Now, if you want to pause the video and try and follow those 4 instructions for me. This is what your final picture should look like.
How did you go? If you get it?
If you didn't do too well, that's all right, because I'm going to give you another 4 instructions for a separate drawing this time. Number 1, draw a square with 2-inch sides. Draw a small circle to the left of the square. To the right of the square, draw a star. Number 4, draw a 1-inch tall X in the square. Go ahead and pause the video again and have a go at those ones. This is what your final drawing should look like. How did you go on that one? Was it a bit easier?
Amazing. Well, we're almost to the very end of our episode now, and at the beginning we had 2 things that we introduced that you needed to remember. The first thing was our memory cards.
Some of you can probably already remember what the 3 memory cards were, but for those of you that weren't, I had a little story to go with it that was about a holiday and going somewhere. So what we did was we went on a flight somewhere that was very, very hot and sunny, so we needed to put our sunglasses on. So those were our 3 cards: the airplane, the sunglasses, and the temperature meter.
Okay, and our very last one was that we introduced a very special guest. My name is Katie. It was great hanging out with you today.
My name's Kelsey.
And our special guest, what was his name?
If you guessed Michael, you were wrong. If you guessed Matthew, close. If you guessed Mark, you were correct. Well done.
Bye, everybody. We hope you enjoyed. We'll be giving you another installation of these really fun brain training in our next episode. So looking forward to seeing you then. Bye.